Hello, my name is Elizabeth Stefangshin. I'm a classical pianist and a piano teacher for many years, and I wanted to share with you ways to help improve your practice time, your weekly practice times. And we know that life is full of adventure. I know personally I'm a mom, a grandma, and I teach private piano. I have an online course called Studies for Advanced Piano Technique in an Approachable Manner. I have a lot of things going on. And I perform, so I'm pretty busy, and I'm sure you all are too. So this little short lecture is mainly for the returning adult amateur who has a lot of different pots on the stove at the same time, or really for anybody. Okay. First of all, one strategy I do is I believe in deciding on a weekly map. I set up goals for my week, what I would like to accomplish, the days and times of my goals. And the main thing is I plan ahead of what I would like to accomplish within a week, or else I don't seem to get anything done, And I also believe in daily maps. Now, for my daily map and I document it all. I write it down in my little book. It's just right over there. I have to have that book in my hand to really make sure I accomplish what I want to accomplish. My daily map would be, first of all, I believe in warm-ups, and I believe in doing some whole body exercise, which is in my course, Studies for Advanced Piano Technique in an Approachable Manner. I use Dr. Maloney's exercises a lot, training the whole body for correct instrumental technique. It's embedded in my course. So I do different muscle group warm-ups of what I would want to accomplish that particular week, because playing with the whole body strength is really the way we prevent injury and increase our stamina and in the practice room and our performance stamina. Okay, then I get into a technical exercise by choosing a key of the day. Now that key of the day might be a key that I use for several days in a row. Perhaps if I'm learning a piece that's in A flat, well, that will be my key. If I'm really, and I have a piece in A flat, and then I have another piece that's in, and just pick a key, C minor. That might be the keys that I study. I'll do scales. I'll do the chords of that particular key. I'll do leaps that involve, if the piece that I'm studying has leaps, I'll do leaps. If there's a lot of octaves, I'll be studying something. Usually it's coming from my course. Different assignments have different things that help us. If it's close finger work, quiet hand legato, I'll be studying that. So, and then I'll document it. This is still part of my warm-up. Part of my warm-up could be a piece that I have memorized and I just want to sit there and just run through it once or twice just to get into the mood. As a classical pianist, I also cross over into Christian music. I play in church, so I love to warm up with a worship song, and it could be a new worship song or an old worship song, something that calms my spirit down so I can get into the zone that I want to be in to really be able to focus. Okay, so, and that might involve a little bit of research. I might do some listening to inspire me. I may listen to something on YouTube. Oh, let's do that particular song, and just run through it. Okay, I write down different. As I'm doing that, I might write down little feedback ideas. Okay, and all this I'm documenting documenting what the key of the day is. I'm documenting what pieces I warmed up with, so I can make sure I touch everything that I want to touch. Then I'm ready to study new material. So what I love to do is I love to take my tiny challenges very slowly. I love to focus on the tiny problems. If it's a piece that I've been playing for a while, first of all, if it's a piece that it's new, I listen to the piece complete from beginning to the end. Then from there, I go into, I need to understand if it's, for example, right now I'm working on the Ballade in A flat number 3, Chopin. So that piece has a lot of key regions to it, and it's a magnificent piece. But I need to really understand the journey of it. But say if it's a shorter piece, okay, if it's just, I don't know, whatever you're studying, make sure you know listen to it many times and make sure you see where it's the message that piece is bringing. You start to get a visualization, an image of from beginning to end. Of course, it will be the nuances will be refined as you study the piece. After I'll break down a certain section, I try as much as possible, and I'll get more into this in the next little lecture on how I study my pieces. But I'll take 8 measure segments and then just understand those first 8 measure segments and stay with just one hand. If it's Chopin, I'd stay with the left hand first because the bass line always has that secondary melody. And then from there, I don't expect to just run through the piece from beginning to end if it's a brand new piece. I take it and I try to learn it in chunks so that I really understand what's coming next. And a lot of things that people don't seem to, I need to make sure I do. I don't mean to point fingers at anybody, is that I need to go slowly and make sure I internalize what's happening for that little segment that I'm studying. When it's understood, then I introduce the other hand slowly until it's internalized. And then from there, I can put hands together and really grasp the journey. So then to end up, with everything, I make a list with check-off boxes, and I decide what I want to study for the next day. These little lists with the check-off boxes help me. I'd like to know what you do, if you have any other suggestions, if you're a teacher or even an amateur that's just returning. How do you study your pieces? For more information, you can go to www.pianotechnique.guide, www.pianotechnique.guide. I've begun to offer a monthly subscription price of only $35 for my entire course. I also am having live webinars coming up. For those who are subscribed, each live webinar is only $10. If you're unsubscribed and you just want to join in on the webinar, it's a little bit more, it's $30. My first webinar of my series coming up is an enhancement of assignment number 1 in my course. It's called The Singing Pianist and the Floating Head. It will be Friday, March 6th at 12 noon, New York City time. So join us, it'll be fun. My course is perfect for the returning adult to amateur. You can go to www.pianotechnique.guide to learn more. That's www.pianotechnique.guide. I hope this was helpful.